Hey everyone, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Brandon.
And this is Fish or Price Ranch. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Sarah with Fish or Price Ranch. First off, please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. So I want to give you guys an update on the goats. Can you believe we're only 6 weeks away from babies? Oh, I'm so excited. So let's see how they're doing. Well, here they are. So we got Viola. She is going to be a first timer. She's huge. This is her mom and her sister. We've got Myrtle is pregnant. Forget Me Not. Ebony. Hi everybody. Velvet, Daphne, Primrose. We have Savannah. There's Azalea there. Hi Velvet. We have Begonia. Bonnie. Hi sweetheart. And then we've got Finn, who finally came around. She's finally become a little bit friendly. And then we have Jasmine there. Lily. We've got Silver Dust is our very first one due, and she's actually due on Christmas Day. So hopefully she'll surprise us with some girls this year. And then we've got Sabrina. And all the way in the back, Miss Pinky has the biggest belly of all. And if you can believe it, she is not due until January 5th with this monster belly. So I don't know how many she's gonna have, but that is one big belly. So we have 20 goats that are due. We only have 11 that are due from the end of December through the beginning of January. The rest of them will be due in the spring. So we're very, very excited. We used so many bucks this year. We used our partner's buck, Blue Whiskey, and then we used Bazooka and his son Cosmos, and his grandson Feldman is actually overbreeding the 3 does that did not take yet. And then we used Dragon, got 1. Oh, I didn't mention her. There's Sequoia. She's bred by Dragon. And then we used... Trying to remember everybody. So many. Oh, our new guy, who we call Oki, he's Sanja Mountain 1912. And he got Velvet. He got 4 girls, I think. Velvet, he got Daphne, and a few others. And we used Galaxy, of course. So we have a ton of genetics that we're super excited about seeing. And then everybody's been on the mineral buffet now for almost 10 months, and they're looking just fantastic. If you guys remember Sabrina, she was the one that was super skinny when we were having our problems with our water, and as you can see, she just looks so good, nice and full, and her coat is just nice and soft and slick. And we're seeing that on a lot of our goats. Everybody's just nice and full. We're not really seeing hips at all. Yeah, hi baby. Hi pretty girl. This is Savannah. She's bred by Galaxy. But real nice, full bodies. And look at that coat, is so shiny. Look at this doe. She's a whiskey daughter out of Dippin' Dot last year. This one's also a whiskey daughter out of Pinky last year, huh? The Bazooka daughter. So we're just super excited. I think my most exciting breeding is Ebony here. Now Ebony, if you guys remember Calliope, who's now over at Rockin' JC's Goat Farm, she had triplets. So this girl was a triplet, and she's out of Bazooka. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And I've always wanted to do some whiskey and Bazooka bloodline crosses. We do have one, which is Azul. I'll show you him in just a bit. But I feel like those crosses are just going to be phenomenal. So she is only a 1.5 years. She'll be About 2 by the time she has her baby. She grew so big so fast that we did breed her a little bit early. If you could see, she's actually bigger than Primrose already, and Primrose is going to be 3 years old. So we're just really excited. That's probably my most anticipated breeding for this year. So as you guys know, Bazooka is like my pride and joy. He has been the best herd sire we have ever used. And I'm not just saying that because he was born on our property. We've brought in genetics from all over the US, and just nothing seems to compare to Bazooka. Even Whiskey, I do like his kids so far. We haven't you know, had them for super long. They were born back in December, January last year, or earlier this year, and they look good. I'm not gonna deny that. But I just feel like Bazooka's kids are outgrowing our Whiskey kids, and so, but I love the bone structure and the height of Whiskey and how long his body is. Just his big bone structure is really nice. So I do like that, and that's why I'm really excited to cross Whiskey, get out of the sun there, with our Bazooka bloodlines, because I feel like we're gonna get that really fast growth from Bazooka, like this girl right back here, with the big bones. So this girl here is Velvet. Now she is out of Divinity. Divinity's like barely 100 pounds, and let me switch the camera around real quick. Velvet here is only just turned 2.5 this month, and she is the biggest goat we have in our herd. As far as structure, height-wise, that kind of thing. We do have Evie here who's getting a drink, and she's 197 pounds, but as you can see, Velvet is bigger. And I don't know Velvet's weight at the moment. Oh yeah, I guess we got really cold last night, so here, let me break the ice for you, baby. There you go. But anyway, so Velvet was crossed with Whiskey last year as a first timer, and I will show you her son. We still have him, and he is available. He is a purebred because Velvet here is a purebred. But one thing I did want to point out is, so like I said, Velvet is out of Divinity, and she's just barely 110 pounds. She's not very big. Her sire was only 175 pounds. So the height and the size definitely had to come from Bazooka, and Bazooka is known for throwing legs on his kids. Every time I get kids out of him, they got legs for days. It's just crazy. So anyway, I'm super excited. I crossed 3 Bazooka genetics over Whiskey this year. We do plan to keep a son this year with that crossing, so we're really hopeful that Ebony will get that done for us. But let's go see Velvet's son, Azul. On our way to the buck pen, I'm going to show you, so these are the 3 girls that are being bred now with Feldman. Feldman is out of Bazooka's Cosmos, who's currently over at our partner's place breeding does. So we decided to use him just because he is so nice, and our friend Dave and Marlena over at Hidden Highlands Homestead had Feldman for a little while and used him, and he popped out a magnificent doeling. So we decided to go ahead and throw him on a couple of girls. This little girl is Velvet's mom, who I was telling you about. As you can see, she's not super big. She's pretty short, but she's an amazing mom. She's the one that had the quads 2 years ago already, almost. So she's a great mom. And so anyway, that's Feldman there. He's only 1.5 years old. He's 100 and... oh, what was he? Last weighed, he was 166 pounds. So he's a big boy at 1.5 years. I'm sure he weighs a little more than that now. But he's breeding Divinity, Mama, and Pippa over there. Alright, so here we're coming up to the boys. There's Bazooka, right there, dead center. That's our boy Okie, what we call Okie, Sanja Mountain 1912. This is a Whiskey son here. We're raising him for food. And then, so we've got the big boy behind the dog, Hulk. That's Croton. That's a Bazooka son from last year. And he was out of Pippa. I guess he's a year and a half. But this guy, as you can see, the size is the same as Croton. And Azul here is the one that's out of Velvet. And he's only, what are you, 9 months? He's a nice big boy. So that's what we are working towards with our Bazooka and Whiskey crossing. But the problem is, the reason we're not using him is he's purebred, which isn't a big deal. I do have a lot of purebred in our herd, but I tend to like to keep our bucks New Zealand so I can put them over anybody that we have. So anyway, this is Azul. He's super, super nice. The only purebred that we kept was Dragon, because we sold his sire and his grandsire, which was probably a mistake. He is, like I said, purebred, but his coloring is beautiful, and he is growing just like his dad did, Hawthorne, if you guys remember him. So we wanted to just make sure to keep those bloodlines, so we decided to keep Dragon as a breeder for now. But yeah, so that is Azul right there, big boy. Alright you guys, so that is our update for today. We will have more updates on the bunnies coming soon. See you soon.